Great music. 6:42 is the time this morning. A live look from Peterson's Pumpkin Patch in Kenosha. And you can see they're all set for Halloween weekend. So what's that, Kenosha County? I don't know what the FD stands
Food bank.
for. Oh, food bank. That's great because it goes to a good cause. And they're going to tell us about that coming up in a bit here. But they do have, see, it's right there in the middle of the screen. I don't know if we can zoom into it. There is a TMJ4 pumpkin that has been carved for us. They did a real good job with the logo there.
Oh, yeah. They got it spot on.
How do they do this? I want to know if they use because you know those little pumpkin carving knives are the most frustrating thing.
Well, they're for the kids.
Yeah, but that's
you're supposed to use something a little nicer.
It's actually what he uses. He says those knives work really well to get the little details. Yeah, it's surprising.
Shocked.
Why also is there this thing going around on social media with a person using the hand blender to take the insides out of a pumpkin? I'm not saying it's not great, but why has nobody discovered this in the hundreds of years of carving pumpkins until now?
Let me tell you this, he also used to use the hand blender, Dr. Chris Peterson, but he is a chiropractor, so he said his back would hurt after doing that on all the pumpkins.
Hard
so now he uses this interesting tool machine. So I got to speak with the family that carved every single one of those pumpkins along with the volunteers, and as you're about to see, their work is mesmerizing
too. Memorable.
And it'll get you into the Halloween spirit. But let's first take a look at the hard work that is going beyond their front yard and giving back to the community.
So it really started with the one year we got more than a couple pumpkins, and it just flourished from there.
At the home of Dr. Chris Peterson, pumpkins have taken over.
All right. Next step.
It's a Halloween tradition.
My wife's big rule is nothing up before October 1st.
That involves Peterson, along with his family, friends, and volunteers, carving out more than 150 pumpkins.
After I'm done at work taking care of patients, I usually spend between 3 or 4 hours a night drawing all the patterns on.
From unicorns to classic Halloween characters, they will all be on display this Halloween weekend outside their home, also known as the Peterson Pumpkin Patch.
And the best night, obviously, to come is on Friday because that's when they're the freshest.
Every year, thousands of kids and families come to see this display.
The sidewalk is just packed.
And every year, they raise thousands of dollars for a nonprofit in Kenosha.
The biggest part is awareness.
Over the years, raising more than $50,000 for local charities. This year, the proceeds are going to the Kenosha County Food Bank.
We end up choosing charities that a lot of people don't always have any knowledge of.
It really tells a story of what impact one person can actually have in a community.
Terry Knese with the nonprofit says the money is much needed. According to Feeding America, across the nation, 1 in 7 children live in a food insecure household. In Kenosha County, that number is 1 in 5.
Without food in a young person's tummy, their ability to learn, their ability to have strong social skills are weakened.
And giving back is a family affair. His son's also helping out by selling handmade Halloween keychains. It's something that makes Peterson emotional.
The reason I get emotional is both of our boys have Asperger's, a form of autism. For them to use it as a way to learn to give back to others, even though a lot of people don't always recognize and give to them, is just, it's the secondary effect of what this is all about. Charity is a great thing, but teaching our kids and reminding even the neighborhood, everybody should be looking out for each other and doing good things. I mean, that's a big part of it for my wife and I and our family.
Yeah, it is all about giving back there. And those pumpkins that you see will be lit up through the weekend. And an interesting thing is nothing goes to waste. Afterwards, he's going to donate the pumpkins to local farms to be fed to animals.
Oh, wow, that's great. And I love the good cause behind it.
Different and sometimes unsettling art.
I just got this little doll and I got the ugly little skeleton feet, and while Luma sat on my lap, I cut the dog hair off my dog and glued it on, and then I just glued on the eyeballs.
The other half has dozens of vintage televisions, radios, and phonographs.
A pastime that became a hobby, that became an obsession.
Married couple Terry and Hardy Evans live in this eclectic home. In fact, the home itself is different. It's basically a warehouse that they got rezoned on a conditional basis to be a home.
So we've done the house with the wallpaper and the formal dining room, and it's like, let's get rid of all that. Let's just put all our junk out in one big room and have a party.
All right, pretty cool so far, but that's not even the half of it. Let's go inside their bedroom, which is also a rolling home.
We've slept in here for almost a decade now, whether we're on the road or we're in here.
It's kind of like a wagon. They call it weighs less because it weighs less than their previous one. They've traveled all across the country in it and have given tons of tours of their trailer.
And I never pick my nose when we're driving in the truck because somebody's always looking at us.
But some of those journeys might be coming to an end. Terry has stage 4 colon and liver cancer.
And so I will be going into hospice soon.
She believes she'll be in hospice for about 8 weeks, but she isn't scared.
Our motto was, if it ain't fun, we ain't doing it.
And neither is Hardy.
I enjoy it right now, and if I drop dead tomorrow, I've enjoyed it all for the last 50, 60 years.
They've raised a family, made art, collected to their heart's desire, and traveled the country in their dream trailer. Now they can sit back and enjoy everything they've done.
Trust in the Lord. He's blessed me my whole life.
In Mount Pleasant, James Groh, TMJ4 News.
Wow.
It makes me tear up a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, what an incredible story and an adventure that they've had. And I like her saying, if it ain't fun, we ain't doing it.
Yeah, and we wish Terry, of course, the best of luck in her treatment here, and we're